Welcome. It's been a while, Grace,
Yeah.
right? Since the last time we met. So thank you so much for accepting my invitation. This is my personal campaign and project about happiness and positivity, because I believe that mental health plays an important role in our modern life, especially for young people like us. We have to suffer a lot from social media. We start comparing ourselves to the people out there, and also we suffer from the relationship, from the jobs and stuff around us. So it's hard to maintain happiness and positivity. But I think mental health is important. So that's the reason why I'm conducting this, campaign, just to understand more about happiness, just to go deeper with people about this topic. So maybe we can together find some of the useful tips, especially to help people who are suffering from the mental issues, right?
Mhm.
So thank you so much. The reason why you are invited, because I can see the positivity from your class vibe that you have brought to all the students, and that's the reason why I would love to learn deeper, because it's been a while we haven't talked to each other. So that's the reason why I want to have also this chance to discuss with you about this topic. So for sure that people would love to learn about you. So please quickly introduce yourself, Grace.
A little bit about me. My name is Grace. People usually say the name means graceful in English. And my Vietnamese name is Thầy, which means elegance. So maybe it's a
Mm.
friendly reminder for me
Mm.
to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm.
graduated in 2023 in international relations at HOFLET, Ho Chi Minh
Mm.
University of Foreign Languages and IT, which
Mm.
sounds a little bit serious, but now I take English and I work in marketing. Kind of
Mm.
a mix
Wow.
of words. And I actually like switching between them. Right
Uh-huh.
now, I'm teaching about group classes.
Uh-huh.
I also have one-on-one private students.
Uh-huh.
Besides that, I still do some full-time and also freelance work in PR and marketing,
Uh-huh.
mostly on branding and production.
Okay.
So I've done projects in tourism,
Uh-huh.
biotech, education, agriculture, kind of
Wow.
all over the place. I guess I
Mm-hmm.
like variety and I like building things that connect people in different ways.
All right. Are you a type of person right now, like who's looking for the best path for yourself, so that you want to experience as much as possible?
The second one, I
Uh-huh.
want to experience like all the things
Uh-huh.
happens in my life, not about career,
Okay.
relationships, success,
Uh-huh.
family. I think all of that, I consider them as experiences.
Oh, that's
And right
cool.
now I'm applying for a master program. I think I want to change to new
Oh, okay.
environments to
That's cool.
continue experiencing.
Oh, wow. That's cool. That's cool. It's always good to keep like improving and refreshing ourselves, so that maybe we can find our potential, and you can find the new angle, right? So I think that's the purpose of living also. We keep improving, we keep changing, and refreshing, right? So let's go deeper in teaching English. You've been with Tom English for pretty long time. I mean, that from the very first classes at Tom English. So how do you feel about working here at Tom English? What's the best part?
Oh, I think the maybe first is the positivity
Mm-hmm.
from coaches, from you, Mr. Tommy, because I joined at the very I don't think it's the very first days, but like also it's a special period
Mm.
stage of Tommy English, right? Where we have
Yeah.
Mr. Dato, like a mentor.
Yeah.
He shared a lot of interesting things about how to, inspire other people. At that time, I was a fresher. I didn't know anything. But
uh,
I chose to stay at Tommy English because the positivity and also the students. The students here, they came from, different generations and
mm.
different fields in professionalism. Yeah,
Mm.
and then I love sharing things with them.
Mm.
Like after around 6 months teaching them, when they can, form certain thoughts and structures, they can use English properly and they can share to you their stories in English. This feels so wholeheartedly, like it's very warm inside.
And the best part of teaching, yeah, I do agree, when we see our students taking progress, and then we can see that, their life is getting better thanks to English, thanks to what we have shared with them. So what's the most challenging part becoming an English teacher?
I think there's a similar point between teaching and marketing, is that you have to understand the insights of your audience. For me, the students, they are my audience, my target audience. For me, I'm not only the instructor, but the one who inspire them, make them enjoy the process, and keep moving forward to be consistent. I think that's the hardest part for me. Not about the knowledge, or not about the evaluation process.
Yeah, I think that's the most challenging part, but it's also the most interesting part. Right? But then if you can understand others, if you can put yourself in others' shoes, sometimes disciplined and sometimes a little bit strict with them, but sometimes you have to be soft and flexible, so that you can change yourself, right? It's hard to accommodate all their needs, especially tutor class is easy, but then big class, 6-8 members, that they have different characteristics and vibes every single day, levels also. So yep, it's the hard part, but then also I consider it's an opportunity. Right. Yep. Thank you so much. All right, so let's move to the main topic of our conversation today, which is happiness and positivity. What makes you happy today?
Oh, I think that today I usually come back to my hometown by bus, and today the bus is free because it's the reunification day, so all of the fee is free today. It's not that expensive, it's just 30K, but it makes me very happy. All the people on the bus wow.
Okay, so that's what makes you happy. That's very small little thing, right? The free bus ticket, right?
This morning I woke up and I hear the jets fly over my house.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't feel annoying at all. It's very interesting to see the flag and the jets.
So how do you define happiness? Does it come from the very small little things in our life?
Wow. To be honest, I think my definition of happiness changes depending on where I am in life. But right now, I would say happiness is just feeling okay in my own space. Being able to buy myself a good meal without stressing about it, or knowing that if something happens, I can take care of myself. I can pay for the healthcare. Yeah, it's also coming home and hearing my parents talking in the kitchen, or having someone I can just sit next to without needing to say anything. I mean that kind of quiet comforts.
Wow, okay. Because I think we share something in common. I love spending time alone. I love spending time in solitude, even though I have my family and also friends and also a lot of students. And I do agree to feel okay with ourselves to spend time alone doing stuff. So do you think there's a strong connection between happiness and gratitude?
I think yes. I think gratitude is the perspective of you toward lives. Right? If I think it correctly, from my perspective. So if you think your gratitude, you think happiness must be something big achievements or big ambition, maybe probably in some stages in your life you feel overwhelmed. And yet my attitude also changes over time. I met a lot of people, I heard different stories, and it made me realize that all the things and everything doesn't always look like the way you consider it to be.
That's all about your expectations, right?
Some days you're just trying to get through, and that's completely fine.
Yeah, right? Our feeling is how do I say unstable. I mean, there will be some days that we can do everything in life, that we can win anything in life, like big projects, right? But then there will be just someday we feel like getting up is the victory. We
Yeah.
don't feel like doing anything. But then we all have to like be grateful for the ups and the downs of our life, right? So do you ever feel stressed out?
Oh, most of the time.
Okay, how do you deal with that?
Actually, there's a memes on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
like also like a host of the podcast asks you, how do you feel with stress? And then the speaker say, I cry. Me too. I cry when I feel stressed. That's honestly the first thing. I cry, I lie down, and I let it be ugly if it needs to be. And honestly, I've been dealing with stress since high school because I've always been that person who absorbs everything because I was a student in gifted school. Studying gifted school, you don't just study to get good grades. You have to join the national competitions and you get like the awards, the prize school. So it's very pressure. And because of that, so I used to create so much pressure inside myself. But then I realized the truth is the more I try to be better, the more disappointed I felt. So I had to change the way I think. Instead of looking for advice or answers from the outside, people should, I think, I start learning more about the inside, the mind, how the brain works, and how the emotions are wild. It's that like when I feel overwhelmed, I don't force myself to be okay. If I need to cry, I cry. And if I feel trapped in a space or relationship, I leave. I try to remind myself that not everything needs to be helped. And not everything can be the way you expecting it to be.
As I can learn from your sharing, it is okay to express our emotions freely. I mean, when we want to do something, when we want to, like, when we experience something, that we always want, like, the best outcomes, right? That's our expectation on the things, on people. But sometimes, like, we expect loyalty from people who is disloyal. We expect like honest from someone who is dishonest. But then it is about our expectation. Sometimes like people cannot do the thing, or maybe they are not interested. Either way, like they can't meet you at the place that you want them to be, right? So the point here is that lower your expectation.
Yes.
Right. And it's okay to cry when you feel like overwhelmed, because like people usually say, when I have stress, when I'm going through some of the negative experience in our life, that I have to go do something so that I can get away from the negative feeling. But then you're different. You try to face it. You try to just like express your emotions freely, right? To cry, or even to like look inside so that you can find a solution. Try to understand your brains, your thoughts, right? So that's what I usually do also, to write down my thoughts. Before the journaling, usually I felt like, it's a big problem. There's no way that I can fix that. There's no way that I can solve that. But then after writing things down, all down my thoughts and solution, I realized that the problem is not that big, right? So, okay, it's already solved when I write down. And then maybe a week or a month later, when I look back, I just like usually laugh at myself. Why? Like, how silly am I to just like get stressed or cry, or even like feel upset about the thing. So share with me the latest experience when you have to like go through the tough time of your life, and the positivity helped you a lot.
Oh, well, actually there are lately many things happened with me. I broke up with my boyfriends at the end of last year. I changed job 2 times. Now I moved to Vũng Tàu City to help my friends start off an intuition, a center like you, but for kids, teaching kids English and Chinese. And we have a lot of work to do. And I also have to, prepare the documents and the profile for applying for the master degree.
Mm.
Actually, I don't even know what I'm going to do next after studying master. But
Mm.
yeah, maybe it's another step.
Mm.
And I think how I go through it, until now, I still have a lot of anxiety.
Mm.
But as I say, we cannot expect things to be as we expected it to be. Like,
Mm.
you have to understand how your brain works. I have to ask myself, why do you get answers about that? Like,
Mm.
the brain system, why do you feel so attacked? And then
Mm.
I just realized myself that no one or nothing is responsible for protecting your joy. Only you can control that. So try not to control everything,
Mm.
not to feel so lost in it. And then I watch a lot of podcasts and read books about, neuroscience and
Mm.
meditation. Thích Nhất Hạnh, right? A very famous one, a
Yeah.
famous author. And he has a very famous sentence that when another person makes you suffer, it is maybe because he suffers deeply within himself. And
Yeah.
his suffering is spilling over, so then he makes you suffer. Yeah, so it's
Mm.
blaming. Instead of you blaming for each other, do not try to fix everything right away. Try to understand what's going inside with
Mm.
a bit more kindness and patience.
Mm. Mm.
So for me, accepting and not controlling are parts of the healing too.
Mhm.
Not
Mhm.
just about reacting, but it's
Mm.
about paying attention.
Sometimes we don't have to react,
Mm-hmm.
right? We just need to accept the fact that that person or that thing is no longer for us, and then we keep moving because,
Yeah.
like, maybe the better things are coming. Life is
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, right?
Yes.
So yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the sharing of yours about Thích Nhất Hạnh, yeah, it relates me a lot to some of the situations. Like sometimes we just need to pause our reaction, just like when
Mm-hmm.
other people did something wrong to us, like, or maybe they blame us, they get angry with us, or like they do something wrong. Instead of blaming or getting angry back, maybe we just need to sit back and we see, all right, that person is suffering from something.
Mm-hmm.
That person is not happy with his
Yes.
life right now. He's going through the tough time in his relationship, things like that. So that's the reason why his reaction towards me is different, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to like go with him. I just like, oh, if I cannot stand that, I just walk away and then wish him best of luck. Just that, right? So when you have to experience the negativity, instead of asking why me, what lesson can I learn, or even what experience can I have, right?
Yes.
So switch your attention to what you can control rather than
Mm-hmm.
looking for the answers or trying to know the reason why they did that to us. So what habits do you think that people should have in order to live a happier life?
I think you should stay away from social media and
Mm-hmm.
other people opinions. You see in people being successful before 30, and then you rush forward. You think that you can also be like them. You want to be like them.
Mm.
For me, we live in a very modern and yet chaotic world.
Mm.
We read a lot of information, we deal with a lot of tasks every day. You need to create a habit that's like you spend time journaling. So I think
Mm-hmm.
people should have a habit of journaling, or just spend around 1 or 2 hours a day meditating, or just sit down or lie down to carefully process what are your day to day. Try to make things go through yourself slowly. Yeah,
Mm.
so maybe try from the very small things, but I think it's from being healthy. For your physical health must be healthy first.
Mm.
And then you
Mm.
practice some things for your mental health, like journaling, meditation,
Mm.
exercise, running,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe just sitting down like me. I
Mm.
usually sit down and then take a deep breath and think carefully about what I'm going to do next or what is happening right now.
Yeah, I do agree. What impressed me the most is the saying like we are living in a very fast-paced world, and it reminds me of the book. He's a Korean monk. He's a friend of HàNH, and his book is called "The Things We Can See Only We Slow Down." In Vietnamese, bước chậm lại giữa thế gian vội vã. I think that you have heard about this one. And this is
Yes.
my favorite one. I have read it 2 times, Vietnamese version and 1 time English version. And I love that one. It teaches you to slow down, to really observe your feeling at the moment. Sometimes you don't have to do anything. I mean, you just sit back, focus on your breath. You don't have to think about the future. You don't have to think about the past. You just observe what's around you. That's more than enough, because like the future isn't here yet. The past has already gone. So why wasting our time? So better, focus on the present. That's why present is a gift. So what would be the final message from you for young people to live, how do I say, happier today?
If I had to say one thing, it would be you are the one person who should always prioritize yourself. Because at the end of the day, no one else is responsible for your happiness but you. I think a lot of us grow up trying to follow what works for other people, not for ourselves. Whether it's success, relationships, or even self-care, we look for answers outside of ourselves. But honestly, it took me a while to realize that everything you hear, or even what I'm saying right now, should be taken as just a reference. You can learn from other people, but your choices, your pace, and your values, they have to come from you. Because if not, you'll always be chasing something that doesn't quite fit. And I think that's the main reason why a lot of people feel stressed. Because they're not attracting, they're chasing.
Maybe when people are watching my video, or maybe they're watching our episode today, and they can get a lot of good advice from us, all right? But for me, yeah, I do agree. The advice is for the advice giver than the advice taker. We're good at giving advice, but then only us can really know what works well, what is the best suit for us. Maybe take things as reference, but then you have to go do the things that you like. You have to create the version of your life. So go and, take control of that paintbrush and then do it yourself. Do it your way. Maybe it's not perfect at that time, but then go and fix that on the way. Thank you so much for the powerful message, Grace. That is the end of my questions about this topic, happiness and positivity. Thank you so much. I love all the sharings and even the advice or even the experience that you have shared.
Thank you.
So do you have any questions?
I'm curious that has your definition of success or happiness changed since you started building Tommy English?
A lot. For me, you never know what life will offer. Just go out there and then have no fear talking to other people. Maybe you can get a lot of good advice from them, and then you can also learn a lot from them. So when you see somebody who's doing greater than you, who is more talented than you, don't get jealous, right? Learn from them instead. Right? So that's the mindset that I have right now. I don't consider myself to be a successful or to be a rich person, because like right now I'm running a small business of mine, but then I feel like I'm rich inside. I am rich in time, rich in family, rich in peace, and rich in happiness. That's what I have. I'm trying to like keep improving myself, keep changing myself to be a better version of myself every day.
Oh, so I remember maybe one last thing I want to share is that sadness, negativity, or even fear are not failure.
Yeah.
They're necessary parts of being human. So
exactly.
the same with rest and softness. You don't have to earn the rights to take a rest or something.
Maybe there are stepping stones to get you closer to where you want to be. So, yep. Thank you so much. That's the end of the interview. So happy to see you today, Grace, and talking to you. Right, I like your mindset. Thank you so much, and wish you all the best with everything that you are following, even in career or even like in your study. Thank you so much. I'll see you around.
For giving me this chance to speak. Bye.
Thank you so much.